A very good girl.
Seen this road 1,000 times. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground.
So the ponies are all waiting for their breakfast, which is a little late this morning because it's a holiday, but this is roulettes. This is just a ration balancer, not an actual grain, and then these are cubes. This is Simon's, the door just closed, and again it's a ration balancer and some cubes. Simon gets less than Roux because he's fat. And then these are the soaked alfalfa cubes. This is Milo's, he gets the most. This is a carb care grain, which is a lower fat grain, and then he gets cubes with it, but he doesn't really get much grain at all. And then we're just gonna cut up some apples for their grain. Roulette won't eat apples, so I just give them to Simon and Milo now, otherwise she wastes. So we got some apples, and except for Roulette. And these guys get biotin, Roulette and Simon. Milo doesn't because it makes his feet grow way too fast. So we just give it a stir, and then there's also some flax in there for Milo. Stir it, and then the last thing for Milo is that he gets the O3 Animal Health Equine Omega Complete oil, and he gets 2 pumps. And then I feed them all separate, otherwise they fight. And I always pet Simon while he's eating and just handle him because it's kind of a good way to get him used to daily handling, especially when I get busy. So that's what we're doing. And then we have 3 happy eating ponies, and then their hay. And I'll give them some more hay later, but I usually put it in their shelter when it's not as nice out, but since it's supposed to be clear all day, I want them to eat outside and enjoy the sun. We're just gonna go get Roulette to play with her a little bit. Hi, Roux! Aw, he's like, give me cookies. Hi. Yeah, he's looking pretty chunky. Pregnant with twins.
Are you fraggers?
Advertising. If you want a shirt like my mom, you can just go to the link in my bio and order from Milestone Equestrian. Simon is so fat, it's distracting. You're so dirty, Roulette. Yeah, Simon also knows how to kind of smile now. This is her first time cross-tying. Yes. You're like, what am I doing? Good girl. Yes, I know, you're not trying to leave. Good girl. So she's still on rest for her hawk, but it looks really, really good. Like way better. It's kind of dark in here so you can't really see, but way better. So we're not like lunging her or really doing any hard work. Like she can go in the field and trot around a bit, but we're not gonna like work her or anything, obviously. I've just been doing groundwork. So I'm just playing around with the saddle and stuff and saddle pads, and I bridled her the other day. She doesn't really care. She's a pretty good girl. It's all just for exposure. So I have the girth done up very loosely, and then I'm just gonna go walk her with the saddle on after. She's being very good. Anyways, this is a very, very good girl. A very good girl. Everything I've thrown at her, she's been completely okay with. Phoebe, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not gonna fit. Yeah, so she's doing really well. She's been healing well. Everything looks good, but like we don't want to like do hard work while she's healing. So, and obviously she's still a baby, so it's not really in the cards as it is. I'm just going to be doing groundwork to prep her for being broke in the spring, and then she'll be started under saddle in the spring. So all of this stuff is just prep work to get her used to things. And she's being so good. Like she's in here all alone. Milo doesn't even like going in these cross ties, and she didn't even care.
Yeah.
That's awesome now.
It looks awesome now because you can't tell the bad. Oh, look at her. Good girl. Come on, my little Simon. I have my little spotted buddy beside me. Look. Hello, good boy. Hello.
She's a pro. Really just doesn't care. Like, she's gonna, I bet you, like I'm not going to, but if I got on her right now, I don't think she'd do anything.
I think she'd, yeah, she's just so easygoing. Hi, Simon.
She's so easygoing now that you're in for a treat.
Yeah, really, right. Surprise. What a good girl. She does have a round belly. The lady didn't know for sure either.
Morgan, quarter horse or something. She's cute.
Best little monkey ever of that age.
Now Simon, your turn. Just kidding. You're gonna be a turd. Good girl. Stop.
I just zoomed in on her mouth just for shits and giggles.
You're so funny and quirky. Oh my god.
The simplest things entertain me.
Yeah, I know.
Why won't it stop? It won't stop. Stop. Shelby, it won't stop. 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 Look. Stop.
I think Phoebe took one of Sammy's food bars.
I thought you were going to say she
She's
took off.
probably eating
Hi,
it.
everybody.
Oh no, it's right there, so she didn't take it. I don't know where she went. Though.
Don't bite me. Smile. Smile.
Oh, everybody's being happy and snappy. Cute. Where's
except for
Beanbag?
Milo's
Oh, Beanbag. He says I get one on one time, so it's all good.
Yeah, like what the heck? No hump in her back. She's bucking less than Milo does. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was pretty wild. Good girl.
He's so good. Wait, Phoebe, wait. When she comes along. Aww. Good girl, Roux. Good boy, Simon. Okay, that's pretty cute. She's just going to fall around and round. Good girl. Roux, you're so funny. Roux is so sweet. On me. Oh my goodness. Kids. Oh my gosh. Roux, you're pushy. He's nodding his head. He's like, yep, 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 yep. I am.
You're such a good boy. The prettiest boy. So, Georgie. Yes, you're such a good boy. I know. George. He says hello. Hi, buddy. Hi, sweet man. So, for those of you guys who didn't see the video introducing him, this is George. He's the horse that I got for my retired racehorse project horse, which is basically a competition that's just for thoroughbreds off the track. And unfortunately, when I bought him, I was told by the vet that did the initial vetting that he had a bone chip, but that it was set and wouldn't be a problem, so that he wouldn't need surgery. So we bought him with that in mind, and then we got a second opinion after buying him, and unfortunately that proved to be otherwise. So now he's going in for surgery for the bone chip. So yeah, if you guys notice me repping my merch and stuff a lot, this is why. So I'd really appreciate it if you would check it out if you're looking to buy anything. Oh, you silly boy. For Christmas or anything. And then also I have a GoFundMe for him and my PayPal and Patreon just to start to fundraise for Retired Racehorse Project as well as his surgery, because he needs this to be comfortable, so I can't in good faith ride him and work him before he gets it done. So it's just one of those things. It was really bad luck and bad timing, and my other horses get insured, so Milo's insured for up to $10,000 for medical expenses, and I can't claim insurance on George for that since it's a pre-existing condition. So unfortunately insurance doesn't work for that. And then between Roux and family matters, like what I wrote about in that blog post, I needed to give money to help my brother in treatment and stuff. It kind of depleted a lot of my vet fund, hence the fact that I'm advertising so much for this. And a lot of people are saying that I shouldn't have bought him and that I'm an irresponsible horse owner. But generally speaking, when you get a horse, they won't immediately require a $4,000 surgery. And since we were told he specifically wouldn't need this surgery, we never planned for it. And then he would have been insured and we would have been ready to do anything. Because I do always have a vet fund along with insuring my horses. So like they are insured for an amount that would even allow me to do colic surgery, which is even more expensive. So I hope that makes sense. Anyways, and George is such a sweet boy. He deserves the world. You're such a good boy. Yeah, so George deserves the world. And that's why we're gonna get this done for him so he can be comfortable, because he has so much talent and he's such a good boy. And a lot of horses do have bone chips that never bother them or that people never find out about, because they can be born with them or they can do it in the field just by doing something stupid when they're babies. So it's just one of those things, but in his case it does need to be moved because it's in an area that can cause even bigger issues if it is to stay there. So that's kind of why he needs it removed now. Hi buddy. And yeah, so don't. You're such a baby. So yeah, anyways, thank you to all of you guys who have shared the post and have been so supportive and kind. And for those of you who just disagree with it, no pressure. I do a lot of charity work and fundraising for other people, as well as sharing posts for other people when they're in similar situations as to what I'm in now. So I do believe that what goes around comes around, and I do intend to give back to you guys in some way, regardless of how this goes. But he's going to be going in for surgery this coming week. They rescheduled it. He was supposed to go in last week, but that changed, so he's going to be going in this coming week. I'm not exactly sure when yet. Hi Bubby. So between breakfast and playing with my own ponies, I worked and rode 4 at another farm, and then came back to play with my ponies, and then now we have dinner time that we're getting ready for, and then gonna pick the paddock quickly, and then dinner time for me. So we're prepping their grain for dinner, and then they get some more hay, and then I eat my own dinner eventually, and then I do homework, and then I wake up and do the same thing all over tomorrow. And Milo I didn't ride today because a girl that I've been having help me with some stuff around the farm rode him for the first time today, so he got worked by her, and she was great. And then so she'll be riding him on days where I'm super busy with school and stuff, along with another friend of mine. And yeah, so
Yeah.
Are you mocking me? So in here I have 2 types of hay. The left side is a second cut local, and then the right side is a first cut local Timothy mix. They definitely prefer the second cut, so I'm going to be getting more of that in the future. And then there's also these really nice round bales that are third cut local that are absolutely fabulous that I'm going to try to buy more of before they run out for the winter. And then there's some more of the Timothy local mix in the other shelter. They don't really need very rich hay because all of them are fat right now, and if I feed them too rich of a hay, Milo gets diarrhea, and he also doesn't need a ton of hay that's really rich. So I like to feed them free choice hay, so I'd rather feed more and have them always grazing than feed them less and have a really rich hay and then have them get upset stomachs, because they're not really hard keepers, so they keep really nicely on this. Happy Pony's eating dinner now, and for people who are gonna ask, Milo isn't only blanketed because he's the favorite, he is clipped. And these are 2 fat ponies from northern BC and Alberta, so they're used to the cold. Whereas Milo's kind of a weenie. Okay, so as you can see, we fill the hay nets really nice and full. They're slow feed nets, so that it kind of slows down their hay intake. And they're always like attached to twine or something in case one of the horses did get hung up in it, because then they'd break. And then I also have this bin, which I usually put a bale size slow feeder in, but I'm lazy, so we just threw the hay in there. When I'm feeling really on the ball, I pre-prep their grain for tomorrow. So this is Roux ration balancer, the flax, and then there's some biotin in there. This is Simon's ration balancer, flax, and then there's biotin in there. Milo's oil, his carb care, and flax. And then what I do next is I pre-soak all the cubes, which I have to do the night before unless I use like boiling hot water. So then we gotta go fill it with water. And we're filling their water tanks right now with warm water because it gets cold at night now. So it helps prevent the water from freezing as quickly if we use warm water. And they also tend to like drinking it better. For those of you who don't know, winter is like the most common time for colics to occur because horses typically drink less water in the winter when it's really cold. So being on the ball with water intake and stuff is important once it gets cold. And then fill it to about there. And then stick it back into there. There she goes, like a rocket down to the mark. She's not going to be anywhere near as big as I initially thought. I think she's going to top out at like maybe 40 pounds. That would be like the max weight. I think she's almost 30 pounds right now. Don't eat poo. Good girl. Yeah, so George is on full board because he has to be on stall rest while he is waiting for his surgery. So that's kind of where he's at right now. What do you have on your face? You got stuff on your face. Yeah. Good boy. And he is my friend. Right, George? You're my friend. He is a camera whore. Okay, enjoy your dinner, bud. Enjoy your dinner. As you can see, racehorses are really abused and afraid of people. Terrified. He's better with having his face and ears handled than Milo is. Oh, you good boy. He says, I like all the scratches. I like all the scratches. Oh, you're such a good boy. So I'll leave all the information for ordering shirts and stuff in a pinned comment and in my description. And it's going to be ongoing for a while because we're going to be releasing some designs that are related to the Thoroughbred Makeover project when we're fundraising to get there and stuff. So I'll leave all the information for that, and if you guys would like to help by sharing it with your friends or by ordering shirts or doing any of that, it's much appreciated, but obviously no pressure. And yeah, like I'm just super thankful for all of you guys and your support, because like honestly the good parts of being online definitely outweigh the bad, and so many of you are just so kind and selfless, and I really appreciate it, so thank you so much. Run! Run, puppy, run! Good girl. Home. And I will be doing a finished house tour once the house is actually finished, because as you can see, it is not.